Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. We are now in the last 3 races of Season 4, and what a season it's been. I've dominated most of the championship, but after a shaky few races, Leclerc is now on my tail, and the gap is down to 19 points. It is smaller than it has been since the very start of the season, so nerves are starting to kick in here, and I'm really needing a good race here to just get that buffer back up to something a little bit more comfortable, because now I'm feeling it start to slip through my fingers a little bit. So we need a great race here, and that is how you start, by getting through qualifying quite nicely. And now we're setting another lap, and Sao Paulo is one of those tracks that I've always enjoyed the flow of. I've been playing F1 games since F1 games were first brought out, so Sao Paulo is a track that I've raced all my life, and I know a thing or two about it in the game, so I'm hoping here we can have a great race. Carlos Sainz is currently setting the fastest time, and we've only gone 4th, so that's not too great a time. We need to improve on that, because we are down to 6th, and I think we are at the end of qualifying now. This is Q3, and P6 on the grid simply will not do. We've made a few tenths of improvements within the first sector, but we've got to keep that improvement going. We've got to keep that delta up, and we're still improving through the second sector too. Carlos Sainz setting the pole time there before George Russell obliterates it. These times are so fast, and we're down to 8th. I cannot afford to qualify there, and I'm using all the track and a bit more available to me. What is it good for? Don't say absolutely nothing. Now, where are we going to be on the grid then? I felt like that was quite a strong lap, and we're going to find out right now that we are P3, so that is more than acceptable, and we are 3 places ahead of our championship nemesis going into the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. But it's a wet one today, so grip and visibility will be at a premium, and the drivers will need to be careful coming up the hill in Sector 3, the scene of many an accident over the years. And as off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Joker, Sainz, Valtteri Bottas and Leclerc, Gasly, Norris, Giovinazzi and Yuki Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Schwartzman, Vettel, Eilert and Guan Yu Zhou and Nikita Mazepin, Lundgaard. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, Latifi, Markelov and Mick Schumacher. And with preparations almost complete,
it is a sodden and damp Sao Paulo to begin with. We have 36 laps in front of us. It's lights out and away we go. Wheel spin galore there as Carlos Sainz is able to nip me, as is Valtteri Bottas. Luckily for us, it's a short run to the first corner. Gasly's trying to get alongside me there, but that's not happening. And now my championship rival Leclerc is right behind me. I cannot afford to lose another place, so I need to get onto Bottas really quickly. He has gone defensive to the inside. I'm going to go to the outside, see what we can do here with a bit of late braking. I think we've actually got Bottas there. Yes, we have. We've gained P4. Bottas just went very defensive, and that cost him momentum in itself. And we are now ahead of him, and we've got a car between me and Leclerc. So that is critical in these early stages. But I feel like, oh my goodness me, we have a bit of a pace advantage here. And we seem to very much be the most comfortable driver in these conditions at the moment, because Sainz is, well, I'm all over him. I am all over him here. I was going to have a look up the inside there, but that's just going to involve me losing a front wing and potentially more points to Leclerc. But patience, I think, is going to be the key to this one, because I am much faster and Sebastian Vettel is dropping out of the race. What has happened to him? I think that's just going to be a car dying thing. Well, that's great commentary, Joe. A car dying thing. But yes, the engine is going on that Aston Martin. So Vettel's day ends very early. It's a very early shower for him. And I don't just mean because of the rain. Right, back to the battle for third. Me and Sainz are now... Again, I'm still right up behind Carlos, but I just can't seem to find a way through. And every time I get out of Zheng Xiao, he's got the better exit. So we're going to go for the inside there. Carlos gave me the room there. He chose not to fight that one. He dove out of the way. And I think he knows that I am just that much quicker, because look already, I've already gained 0.6 of a second on him. And now I'm going to set after these Red Bulls. I really believe I am quick round here in these conditions.
Someone's
and
come off ahead of you.
well, just look how much I'm gaining under brakes, but you'll see what I mean. The traction they all get out of Zheng Xiao, I have not quite got that traction, and with no DRS in these conditions, it makes it so much harder to get close and get by. You can see me, look, ducking and diving everywhere, just trying to find a way past the Red Bull of Verstappen, but there's just no way through. There's no way to go. But it's only lap 4. There's all race for this, so I'm just being patient for now, biding my time and waiting for the overtake move to come to me. As we now tuck in, I'm trying to get a better run. I'm trying to see if any slipstream becomes available, but like I said, there is just superior traction for the Red Bulls coming out of Zheng Xiao, and Carlos Sainz is still staying within a second of us lot. So Carlos with the OS chance here. I wonder, can I get more momentum going to the outside of the center S and then switching it to the inside? I wonder if that's a move that's possible. But anyway, we're now going to try and dive Max Verstappen down the inside there. We have got him. We've gone up into P2. And yeah, that was a good move. I saw the opportunity there and took it. Right, next up is George Russell, putting pressure on the race leader Verstappen in P3. He's still just off of this, so he's obviously hoping this goes wrong. I'm trying to go around the outside there and try and get momentum into the next corner, but Russell already has me covered. That was ambitious, to say the least, and if I'd have continued committing to that, I would have lost the front wing. Right, I'm going to try the move I was planning. Outside here. Here we go. Better momentum. Inside of the second part. Russell trying to hang it out around the outside. We've got the move done, and I am so proud of that. Just gained the better momentum by taking the outside line. It then gave me the inside for the next part of the CLRS. Got the move done. Into the lead we go. Thank you. I am gone. And, well, George, he tried fighting that one off, but we just had the better momentum there. And through we go.
Complete. Go now.
And the only time we saw another car in this race was now when we pit.
Complete.
So
see these tires through to
after
the
that
end
point, we did not see another car until we made our pit stop. Our one and only pit stop change onto another fresh set of intermediates. And we are now leaving the pit lane. And Pierre Gasly is just ahead of me, but I am very sure the AI are all going to pit, because if they don't, I've got all the work to do again, but I'll have the advantage of fresh tyres, and that advantage really shows as we take a dive up the inside of Gasly into Zheng Xiao. Next up is Leclerc, but I'm pretty sure they're all going to pit. Gasly using that better exit. He's trying to get in my slipstream. It's a shame he pitted there. I'm really curious to know if I would have had to defend that one or not. But George Russell still out there on his worn intermediates. So he's going to be going another lap. And here is Lance Stroll then. His Aston Martin, I believe, is blowing up for the day. And that is Aston Martin's day of misery. Just, well, confirmed. That is their day of misery, just in a nutshell, right there. One to forget. But we did not see another car for the rest of that race, and we were not seen by anyone else for the rest of the race. Because look at the gap we built. We are nearly half a minute clear of the next car. The pace I had in this race and in these conditions was just something else entirely. Fastest lap as well. Well, quite obviously with the pace we had. And that is the race we needed to have. It is a win, and we are one step closer to clinching this championship.
Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Welcome then to the podium, our top three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So, let's review the drivers.
Well, the conditions were tough, but it didn't dampen my spirits.
Who would you say is a
Oh dear. I mean, that's a joke I stole from the interviews, but anyway, it's a race win for us and a very comfortable one, with Charles Leclerc finishing down in 5th and the two Red Bulls taking the podium spots. So, that is the bite back and a leap forward for us in terms of the championship lead. And we are now 35 points clear, so we could wrap it all up down under. And it won't be the first time I've wrapped it up down under either, obviously season 3. But next up is Australia, and that is when I'm intending to become a 2-time champion of the world. Well, thank you for watching this. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Guys, I've been Joe. I hope you enjoyed this race, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day doing whatever you got planned. Stay safe, look after yourselves. TTFN, guys. Ta for now.